What is going on today, guys? Now, obviously you can tell by the title of the video exactly what we're going to be talking about here today. That is the top 5 long guns for home defense, in my opinion, anyway. Now, the reason I'm doing this video is because as I was surfing through some stories on the internet the other day, looking for stuff to talk about on Hasty Headlines, Google recommended an article by an online gun magazine that you've all heard of, and I'm not going to say their name. And the title of the article was Top 5 Long Guns for Home Defense. And it's obviously geared towards newer gun owners, since there's a lot of new gun owners out there. And I thought, hey, I love lists, let me go check it out. And honestly, the list sucked. It was not good. I didn't feel like it was good information being put out there. I mean, they even had the Keltec SU-16 on the list. And sure, that's an okay gun. I mean, I wouldn't mind owning one, but top 5? Not even top 10. No, just no, across the board. And I got the feeling from reading the article that they were just trying to be different, that they didn't want to say the same 5 guns that everybody would say. And I don't feel that's honest. And I'd rather just give you what I feel actually are the top 5 options for long guns for home defense to give you better information. So that's what I'm going to do today. So let's just go ahead, jump on over, and I'm going to show you guys what I feel like are the top 5 long guns for home defense. Alright, so first up, let's talk about lever action rifles. These are really good choices, okay? They are easy for pretty much anybody to get a hold of. You only have to be 18 to pick something like this up in most places. Most states do not have any laws about owning something like this. These are old school, they've been around for a very long time, and they work. By and large, this design is very, very reliable, very, very efficient, very easy to learn how to use. If you've ever seen any cowboy movie ever, any Western, you know how these operate. You pull the lever forward, pull it back, pull the trigger. Very, very simple, very easy to use, just as easy to use as a pump action shotgun. These are great for pretty much really anything if you know how to run it properly, okay? Obviously, none of these are really set up as a home defense setup. This one's set up for hunting. This one I didn't even get around to really setting it up. This is a 45-70, very large caliber. And I don't have it set up with a scope or a red dot or anything yet. I do want to at some point. And this one is a pistol caliber carbine. So this one's in 357 and 38 special. This one actually would be really, really ideal for home defense because 38 special or 357 Magnum coming out of this 18.5-inch barrel is going to do a lot of damage. And this thing in its current configuration is actually really, really lightweight. It's very short considering it is a rifle. It operates really, really well. It's very, very accurate, and with that caliber you're not going to have all the recoil and a lot of the other stuff that comes with larger rifle calibers. So out of these 3 in particular, this one is probably the best suited for kind of a home defense situation. But honestly, if you know how to work these guns, any one of them would work really, really well. Alright, so now let's talk about pistol caliber carbines. And yes, this one's still here because it is a pistol caliber carbine in addition to being a lever gun. And then we have something like this. Now, this is a Keltec Sub 2000. It's kind of a gimmick gun, but in my experience, they are pretty reliable. They are fairly well made for being Keltecs, which I'm not exactly the biggest fan of, but they do tend to be pretty good. Something like this that shoots 9mm and takes Glock magazines is going to be very easy to find magazines, and obviously 9mm ammo, at least when there's not shortages around, is very, very common, very easy, very affordable to be able to get a hold of. Something like this also very, very lightweight. And you've got a 16.5-inch barrel, which just like we talked about with this and the 38 and 357 Magnum, 9mm coming out of a 16.5-inch barrel, whether it's something like this or whether you build up an AR pistol caliber carbine in 9 or whatever it is, something that's going to enjoy that longer barrel, you're going to get a lot better performance out of that round. And something like this, or AR-9 or whatever it is going to be very, very effective at defending your home, defending your family. Very, very effective indeed. And then we've got this. Now I threw this on the table. This is the Grand Power Streebog. This is one I just recently picked up. This is technically a pistol. So technically this would not be considered a pistol caliber carbine. It only has, I believe, a 9-inch, 8.5, 9-inch barrel. So about twice the length, maybe a little more than twice the length of a standard pistol, but also doesn't have a stock. It's got a pistol brace. But I'm kind of using this as a filler for what, let's say, something like this could look like with a full 16-inch barrel, where you go build yourself an AR pistol in 9mm, and you're going to get that same type of performance of what we're talking about here. But a good pistol caliber carbine would be a really good choice as a home defense gun. Alright, so now we have to talk about AKs. AKs are just good, dependable, reliable firearms, period, across the board. Now, only one of these is a rifle or considered a long gun. This one is considered a pistol with a brace, but it is still an AK. So for the purposes of this video, we'll just pretend it's got a longer barrel than a stock. They are great guns. They are fantastic. They are very, very, very ridiculously easy to operate, okay? These things were built to be able to be manufactured very, very quickly and be very, very reliable, and they are just that, very, very reliable. The caliber that these things shoot is also very, very powerful for its size. It's not a full power cartridge. This is more like a, you know, a carbine rifle cartridge. It falls in the same category as the 5.45 and the 5.56 as opposed to like a 308 or 30-06, but still very, very, very capable round. Usually pretty cheap and easy to find, 7.62 by 39. I know now we're going through a little bit of a shortage, but usually when things aren't crazy like they are in the world right now, very, very easy and very, very affordable to feed these guns right here. Same thing with magazines, very, very affordable, very easy to get a hold of magazines, whether they're Magpul magazines like these or surplus mags or waffle mags or whatever that's out there. Usually very easy to find this stuff, and you really just can't beat this rifle by and large in most situations because it's just going to work, period, hands down. Very simple, very easy to use. If you're newer to guns, gun ownership, that kind of thing, something like this might be a great option for you because it is just so simple and easy to operate. So definitely got to take AK-47s into consideration. All right, now in at number 2, and yes, I have been counting down even though I haven't been saying that every single time, but this is my number 2 choice. You got to talk about 12 gauge pump action shotguns. Pretty much any 12 gauge pump action shotgun is going to be good and solid and reliable. You know, you see here we've got my Mossberg 500 Tactical set up as kind of a self-defense, home defense long gun here. We've got this one, which is set up more for hunting. This is a Remington 870, very, very good, solid, reliable gun. Then we have an old, this is a Savage, or excuse me, Stevens, like a 67A or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it is. This is an old gun from the 1960s that's been modified a little bit to just to make it a little more user-friendly. It came with a ridiculously long barrel that wasn't really suited for home defense or anything like that, which is what this was purchased for. So lots of good options out there. 12 gauge is a devastating caliber round cartridge, if you will, at close distances. Very, very effective at stopping people if you're using good buckshot, good quality ammo in these things. No birdshot, buckshot, okay? Don't listen to people that tell you birdshot will kill anything, don't worry about it, because maybe it will, maybe it won't. With buckshot, you can be sure. But just a good solid pump action 12 gauge is a fantastic home defense tool. Absolutely, highly recommend these things. May not be my personal favorite. I actually prefer a handgun, but today we're talking about long guns, and when it comes to home defense, when it comes to self-defense of you and your family, these things are just amazing and definitely one of the top choices for that scenario. All right, now of course, as I'm sure everybody predicted, at number 1, the AR-15. Look, it's pretty much the most prolific and common defensive firearm in the United States. Again, that's where I'm from, so that's why I'm saying this. When it comes to magazines, parts, just the guns themselves, the ammo, all very, very ridiculously common, and it just, because of those things, it's just hard to beat these things as a good home defense or self-defense long gun. It's almost impossible. Almost nothing fits the definition better than a good AR-15. Whether you've got something like this, like I've got this one that's been set up, you know, more or less as a defensive rifle for years now. This one's kind of just a plain Jane model. There's not really anything special about it outside of, you know, it's got room for an extra magazine here, or whether it's something crazy like this one, not crazy, but something set up more as a long distance shooter. ARs are just good rifles for defense of any kind, and they absolutely have to be the top choice when it comes to the best long guns to defend you and your family. Alright guys, well there you have it. We have got lever guns, pistol caliber carbines, we've got AKs, shotguns, and of course AR-15s. Those are my top 5 choices for self-defense and home defense long guns. Hopefully somebody out there found it educational or entertaining or both. I don't know, but I do appreciate you guys watching. You got any questions, you got any comments, or you want to leave your own personal top 5 down in the comment section down below, be sure to do it, and we will talk to you guys later. Take it easy, guys.